So we're going to call this video Lying to Die, Love in the Age of Narcissism. We are going to talk about why narcissists might fake or lie about having a health problem, otherwise known as factitious disorder, Munchausen, or Munchausen by proxy. A narcissist obsession with attention can absolutely infiltrate the healthcare system. Individuals who are high in narcissism may be more likely than others to fake having a serious illness or a health scare. And while the lie's motivation is not always clear, evidence does suggest that it may be a way to exert control over others, gain desired attention, or to boost the narcissist reputation. Narcissists are well known for their compulsive addiction and desire for attention and control, and they often feel entitled to obtaining and maintaining power in the ability to influence others in all of their relationships, whether it's a private relationship or a personal relationship. And we must remember that power is a very fickle concept, as it does not need to be intentionally or consciously surrendered. And disturbingly, a narcissist, they can take control of others without their explicit permission, simply through manipulation. And the vast majority of those who are high on the narcissism spectrum prefer exploitative, predatory relationships. Exploitative relationships exist to serve the narcissist, fulfill their desires, and to simply keep them happy. And some narcissists go to great lengths to establish and maintain relationships that are self-serving, even if it means lying about their health or their survival. A narcissist is a master malingerer, and fabricating an affliction or exaggerating a minor illness is used to seek attention, gain sympathy, or simply avoid responsibility. And while almost anyone as a child may be fiend to fever or a stomachache to leave work as an adult, most people would consider it morally repugnant to cash in on a serious illness such as cancer, or say you are a kidney cancer survivor and you are closely watching somebody who is being attacked by this metastasized horrible thing, and then there are people who are lying. You would be offended about people who are lying about being sick. I recommend finding a therapist if you know somebody like this who understands narcissism first and foremost. And even though not all narcissists lie about their health, they are more likely to lie in general and less likely to feel guilty about deceiving you while doing so, and others. Narcissistic behavior predominantly occurs in social settings to garner the most attention. Thus, fabricating or exaggerating medical problems is fertile ground for narcissistic growth. In general, narcissists have extremely low ethical standards and transgress social norms. They are far more willing to cheat or steal or have relationships rife with distrust and infidelity. They may feel such a personal superiority that they have no qualms with exploiting others to get ahead and get what they need. And this overwhelming entitlement also precludes anger, hostility, and violence when the narcissist is ignored and or does not get what they want. And lying about a medical issue or exaggerating an actual situation can occur for several reasons. And in some instances, there is just an addiction to lying and this rush of adrenaline that comes with getting away with it. So there are 3 common narcissistic reasons to exert control over people, create a narrative or reputation, or simply gain attention by belonging. So number 1 is exerting control. And after a painful breakup, so a girl, she missed a call from her ex-girlfriend. A text message from the ex followed the missed call, stating that she had been diagnosed with breast cancer. And she said that she had been diagnosed right before the breakup, but that she didn't want to burden this girl with it. And she texted her back immediately within 2 minutes of her missed call and text, and she didn't But the other person, the ex-girlfriend, didn't answer because she was having people over. So you can kind of see where that situation will grow. So, self love, it is a developmental achievement, but it turned out that this cancer claim was simply an attempt to regain control over the girl's emotions and to put the ex back in center stage. The ex kept texting, not about her illness, but to see if the girl wanted to be her beneficiary. And she showed concern for her illness, but told her it's not up to her who the beneficiary is. And she let her know that when she changed the beneficiary and said that she hoped that she was happy that she got what she wanted whenever she told her ex about not wanting to be involved in this. And because the girl, let's call her Genevieve, did not respond to the breast cancer claim and goes back to the toxic relationship, and the ex turned the tables and guilted Genevieve and said, I was of course sworn to secrecy about the breast cancer, but that is because it didn't exist. And at the same time, she was posting photos of her new girlfriend and tweeting about flying between states to commute for work. People who are sick are not partying and taking airplanes with people to work. So the number 2 is boosting a reputation. Having a serious, serious illness is known for bringing physical and mental anguish, and it's almost a badge of honor to certain people. Being labeled as strong and brave or a fighter are positive attributions for anyone, and more so for those who are going through a supposed battle. And some narcissists may use this to turn their reputations around from being called difficult or rude into struggling or persevering. By relying on other people's empathy and sympathy, a narcissist can manipulate goodness into a vehicle for self-help. Claims of beating cancer or fighting a devastating illness can cover up even the darkest of intentions and cause people to put on those rose-colored glasses and look away from their past wrongdoings, as they are particularly talented at turning the tables and rewriting history to make themselves look like the hero or to look like the martyr. So Andy, for example, states that his ex-partner used her chronic illness during their custody battle, and her illness was well maintained and her condition stable and medicated when they were together, as it had been for years. But the lawyer flouted it to the judge so that she looked like a poor, selfless, suffering mother desperate for her children. My ex would sit in front of the judge looking pained and downtrodden, but was laughing and smiling outside of the courtroom. So number 3 is winning attention. Getting and maintaining attention is in and of itself a near compulsion for people who are high on the narcissistic spectrum. And those with other debilitating illnesses, they in the form they kind of they form these fundraisers, these support groups, and these special events and benefits. And don't be surprised to see a lot of selfies and hashtags about the narcissist illness or their journey, as they may struggle mightily to foster true emotional relationships with other people, typically only to create a tie for a personal gain. And to them, the attention is mandatory. It is owed to them and a necessary part of relationships, as their overwhelming sense of entitlement allows them to think the attention and support are warranted and deserved, regardless of the honesty and integrity of the situation. And this is the same reason why narcissists are so prone to cheating on their partners, and they feel deserving of that extra attention, and they shouldn't have to sacrifice their own wants in their eyes. And when it comes to something such as a cancer diagnosis or another physical impairment, people tend to open their hearts and their wallets very easily. And those with narcissistic tendencies are already extremely skilled at manipulating others and playing this cancer card or faking another kind of health scare, and maybe a quicker means to an end. My name is Sarah Ann Brown, and this is Narcissistic Abuse 101.